What's happening, and welcome back to GC Life Development, man. And I'm sorry, guys. I had to delete my last video. I don't know what happened to it, but for some reason the sound wasn't working. Thank you for letting me know. I deleted it, so I'm going to remake this video that I had made. And don't mind me, y'all. I'm sweating. I just got my workout in. Um, my birthday coming up, so I'm going extra hard trying to get this workout in. I don't know about y'all, but I like to be extra sexy for my birthday. You feel me? So I'm in here getting in that work, which is why previous video you saw me in the sauna and stuff like that. But you already know, man. Before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video because ultimately it helps the channel grow. It helps the community grow because we're growing. Everybody know we learning Spanish. Hey, que lo que. But yeah, man. So in my last video, what I was trying to talk about was ways to test yourself, right? We know there's tests out there, and I don't know about you guys, but I've taken some of those tests and I've killed some of those, some of the tests, you know what I'm saying? Because it's written. But I'm like, I could pass the test, but then at the same time, I used to feel like, well, I couldn't communicate in the way that I wanted to, especially when it came to talking. And for y'all that don't know my story, when I first started learning Spanish, I learned how to write, I learned how to read. Those were the two main things that I learned. And I could listen, okay, but my talking, I was one of those that was scared, kind of nervous. I didn't feel comfortable talking. And so I would say as little as possible. And so as I continue to practice and get better, I always want to test myself, right? So one thing that I do, especially when I'm in learning mode, is weekly I record myself, right? I just talk. I pick a subject and I just talk. I don't write no script. I just talk. And I just talk about it for a minute straight. And so, from there, typically the next week I listen to it, right? After I practice, I study. I basically study that topic. I listen to myself again, and then I redo a video on that topic of me talking about it, right? Just to see my improvements, how am I comfortable? And I pick another subject, do the same thing over and over. Those are ways for me to, personally test, especially on the speaking side, that I'm improving. Another thing that I do is go to different YouTube channels, right? And listen to them. Especially, I'm more of listening to island because that's typically, especially when I go on vacations, typically I go to islands for the most part. And that has been the hardest thing for me to learn. South American Spanish, unless you're in Chile or Argentina, para mí, it's pretty easy. When I go to Colombia, it's pretty easy for me to understand, get around. Sometimes, depending on the subject, I go to DR, it's totally different, right? And so what I do is I practice listening to the dialect, right? And interviews, it could be interviews. And what I try to do is I pause it. Like say they ask a question and I try to talk along with them, right? Pause it and talk back, answer in that dialect, listen in that dialect, and then ask the next question in that dialect. Like I just kind of play a game with the videos. And, for me, that helps because one thing that I learned, and if anybody can help me with this, because rarely do I find island Spanish on Netflix. Typically it's, Spain, South American Spanish, Mexican Spanish on Netflix. If y'all know some, let me know. I did watch Nicky Jam, El Ganador, which was great, especially from the Puerto Rican Spanish side. Their dialect is heavy. So if y'all haven't watched that, with Nicky Jam, check it out. But if y'all also know any that I can check out, because I be looking all the time, and it's been hard for me to find them. So if y'all know the secret, let your boy in on it. So that's another way that I definitely practice and I kind of test myself out. There's so many different ways that you can kind of test yourself out. But I don't personally, and this is just me, I don't really believe in the test because I know people that kill those tests and you have conversations with them and they struggle. You know what I mean? My main goal now is to be conversational. That's my main focus. That's my main goal. Learn new vocabulary in natural ways. Learn how to speak through conversation. You know, I'll be honest, probably like the last month or so, I haven't really been studying in a book. It's just me talking to my tutors, holding conversations with people that speak Spanish and being in the groups. That's typically how I'm kind of learning from this point forward. Eventually, what I'm going to do is probably at the end of September, see where I am and see where I need to pivot and maybe get a little bit better. And then from there, I may pull the book out. But for me, the book will be focused learning at this point. I don't need like a grammar book at this point. I need focused studying, focused learning to really, really dig and pinpoint on some of my problem areas, you know. But hey, man, look, we got 4 months left and the year is over. Where are y'all at? How are y'all improving? How are y'all getting to the next level when it comes to the Spanish thing, man? Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And like I told you, hit me up at ask, ASK at gentlemenscouncil.com. If you want to be a part of the Zoom group, I'll send you the schedule, link you. It is free. It's free. If you want to come in and practice, all I ask is that you take it serious and you try. This is a judgment-free zone. Everybody in here is trying to get to the money, trying to understand and get better. And hopefully you meet some friends, man, because some of the people, they like to travel. And then it is some, native Spanish speakers that be in the group as well, too, talking. So you never know. You might find your buddy, a homie that you can link up and do some traveling with, especially for y'all that like to travel. All right, man. Until next time. Peace.